Hello everybody, I hope everyone's having a great Saturday. We are getting on duty here for about an hour or so on GTA World. About 220 to 30 players online and only a few cops, so it's probably not going to be too busy. But anyways, I figured it'd now be a good time to do a patrol. It might not be a crazy patrol just because of the lack of people online, but anyway, still good to talk to you guys, update you guys. I like to try and get you guys at least one Let's Play a week. And so far it seems like I'm doing them all on Saturdays because that's my day off. So yeah, usually that's the best time to do them. Get up early in the morning, do Let's Play for y'all, and put it together, then get her uploaded and approved. So hope everyone's had a good week. I haven't had a chance to get on a ton this week and play, unfortunately. It's just been a bit of a busy week with real life and stuff. So anyway, it'd be good to get on and get a patrol here, and of course we are taking the Crown Vic, or the Vapid Victor as people like to call it. Looks like we are going to have to go to that, to Lincoln 1, go to high, to T20. Alright, we're going to respond to that really quick, just going to double check the location. Alright, we're responding to his location there. Not sure what he needs backup for, but he called for backup, so the guy might have something that he's wanted for. Well, no, that'd be Code 6 Charles, sorry, but he might have something a little off, so it's good to call for backup sometimes. So we're going to respond to that, and not too far out anyway. Sometimes I do still have to check my locations just a little bit to make sure I know where I'm going, because like I said, this is a huge map. It's very hard to remember absolutely everything. And if you're new to the faction, don't feel bad if you feel a little rough around the edges with that, because yeah, it's a lot to remember. So here we are, we're about to be Code 6 with them, which means investigating. Alright, we're going to get out and see what's going on. Whoa. Alright. Can't really talk to the passengers through the passenger window, obviously, because he's so close up against the barrier. That was my intention, but unfortunately won't be able to do that because of that. Just going to make sure that my OBS is working, and it appears to be, so that's a good thing. We'll just talk to the guy once Foster goes back, just see what he's up to and whatnot, and go from there. Like I said, sometimes it is good to call for backup depending on the location or the type of vehicle, or someone's been has a history of taking off or something like that. It's always good to call for a bit of assistance just in case. Alright, we are back on patrol here. So he is called for backup because the guy had absolutely one hell of a record. It was probably the longest record I've ever seen yet, and I know I haven't been around that long, but it was like pages long. Pages and pages. Most of it traffic violations, vehicle impounds, and all that stuff. Just whacked. He's been arrested a few times before, so yeah, we do get to see all that stuff, thankfully, with the NBC on this server. I mean, it is a bit of a pain that you have to use it into like a Chrome tab or something, but trust me, it functions really well, and it definitely gives you basically all the information that you need and whatnot. It is very good to have. That's good. Another cop got on duty. I don't even know how many players are online right now. I don't know if it's gone up at all since we started, So yeah, like when you see 227, so yeah, when you see a huge record like that, it is definitely a good idea to call for backup because you don't know what you're going to be in for. So that's just kind of one of those things where he did that in case the guy evaded it or tried to do something little crazy, like what can tend to happen with police work on a server. So got on him for that. We are back on patrol now. We called ourselves clear from San Andreas Ave. So yeah, like I said, I was talking about the locations during my responding there, and definitely it takes a long time to get used to. Like, you get used to where the big streets are and stuff like that. It don't expect it to come to you within a week or two. It's going to take a while to put all the pieces of the puzzle together. It is, like I said, it's a huge map, so don't feel bad if you don't get it within the first little bit. And in my experience, most of the field training officers were very accepting of that because sometimes they themselves don't always know where something is. I mean, like I said, it takes a long time to get used to the map. Think of how many years you played SAMP. For a lot of the people watching this, think how many years you played SAMP. That map was a little bit smaller, obviously, but you played it for years, and eventually you made it so you memorized almost every single street, almost every single location where it was and all that stuff. And now you basically have to go through and redo all that again, except on a larger scale. Jesus, that guy doesn't know what he's doing to drive. Almost failed to get the right of way. Alrighty. So the right of way, obviously, when you're at an intersection, it's so if both of you have a red light, it's the way it works in this. The first person at the intersection, kind of like real life, has the right of way. So think of the red lights as stop signs in this, because that's basically what they are. So if you're at the intersection first, you have the right of way. I was at the intersection first. That guy clearly didn't understand road rules and almost got us into an accident there. But I think he clued in last second. Oh shit! Then let me go. So one question I think people have been wondering is, do we roleplay body cams? And the answer is no, we do not. We use our dash cam and we go from there. I think with the body cams and stuff, it opens up things just to be a little bit too... so when you're telling information, it's sometimes you can skew it by accident and not even mean to. So I think it's good to avoid using body cams for roleplay purposes, because you could force something on somebody by accident, not even knowingly, and then things could, and it could happen from either the criminal or the cop perspective. All it takes is one wrong word to skew a whole story or something like that. So sometimes it's good not to repeat police body cams, and that definitely has its advantages. I know Wright County RP'd them, and I definitely saw, and Wright County wasn't as close to the RP standards as this is, don't get me wrong, but somebody light out, I think, there. Anyway, Wright County definitely wasn't as close to the RP standard that GTA World is, but I seen it on Red County where body cams would, a cop or even the suspect would give the wrong description of something that would be seen on the body cam. Then people are like, oh, he's power gaming, oh, he's metagaming, stuff like that. So I think not having the body cam honestly prevents a lot of that that could go wrong. Like, I understand the positives, but there are big negatives to it on the server. In real life, body cams definitely protect both the officer and the civilians in that case. They're probably a good thing. But on here we just roleplay the dash cam, and most people record while they're patrolling. I don't, because my computer doesn't like it, so I just do it for the Let's Plays. But a lot of people, when they send in a pursuit or something like that, they do have video evidence to go with it to say, hey, this is exactly what happened. Here is the video evidence from my dash cam. They'd RP their video as the dash camera, and then they can use that in court if it happens to go there. So things work out really well like that. So generally, it's been going pretty good. The court system in this is very good, in my opinion, at least based on my experience from other servers, because other servers, court cases would take like months and months and months and months and months, and it was just pointless. So on here, you have the option to be guilty, not guilty, or no contest. So guilty, you just take the charge, serve the time. Not guilty, you are stuck in jail until the court case is over, but it is guaranteed a court case. Based on what I've seen, I definitely do not suggest going to court unless you are absolutely 100% sure you are not guilty, because it's probably not going to go too well for you depending on what evidence the police do have against you. And then there's also no contest, which leaves it open to be contested at a later time. So yeah, the court system works well. It definitely keeps everybody on their feet, both cops, civilians, and whatnot. It makes it to be a fairly fair system, in my opinion. Definitely good to see on a roleplay server. It's something that is kind of important. I mean, I know there's a bit of paperwork that goes with it, but it's definitely something that's important to do. Fortunately, I did not catch that guy on radar, but we are going to follow him for a little bit just to make sure he's not up to anything funky. Oh God, what's Spike doing? Holy leg. Looks like there's car meet going on. That's interesting. Actually, a lot of cars in there. We might go check it out and get some passive RP there in a second. I'll put back around here and come back down the street and go talk to them. So like I said, passive RP is something that is important, especially on here. People will remember your name and whatnot as time goes on. Obviously, I'm still new, so a lot of people don't know me yet, but I always try to get at least a couple passive RP situations in while I'm role-playing as a cop. It's good for both you and for the people around you, and good for the image of the faction, to be honest. So it's always good to have a little bit of passive RP and go from there. Like I said, I know this probably isn't the most exciting Let's Play, just a lot of me talking, but it is early in the morning for me, so it's like barely the afternoon GMT time. I think it's like 1:30 over there almost right now. It's 10:30 for me, and ultimately most players are not online yet. So, oh, they got a car dealership is what it is. I thought it was a car meet. It looked like a car meet because there's so many cars there. It's a car dealership. Alright, that makes sense. But a lot of people like to go there and just RP, see what's going on, take a look at them, which is cool. I know last video you guys probably saw the Crown Vic and you're like, oh, there goes Houston, get his Crown Vic finally, and you were 100% accurate. I'm just very happy to get this car in the game, and it's probably all I'll be driving, to be honest. So, I think a couple of you asked in the last video, this car is a server-side installation. It's installed on the server so everybody sees it. I will say modding on 5 or modding for Rage MP, it's very much a pain in the butt to get car mods installed. It's not even worth your time. Every time you go out of the game, you have to reinstall them and blah 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 blah. You have to archive fix the cars. To me, it's just not worth my time to do that. It's just a lot of pain in the butt to go through just for some visual references. I mean, just not worth it. As much as I would have loved to have a Crown Vic. The first couple Let's Plays I did, the car modding on this is very painful unless somebody knows otherwise, but to my understanding, it's just not worth the hassle, and most people that even enjoy car mods agree with that from the looks of it. So, yeah. There is a good intersection to sit at and watch for people to run red lights, because sometimes that's a good thing to do, because it is a little quiet out right now. So we might go ahead and do that, actually. It's just down the road, just gotta turn around here. I am starting to learn some of the sneaky places to park and whatnot to watch for people to run red lights, because I've been around a bit longer now, so you kind of learn those things as time goes on. I'm not going to sit there very long, I'll just sit there a couple minutes. If I find somebody, I find somebody. If I don't, I don't. But if I do, hasta la vista, baby. So a good sneaky spot to park is right up here, because they don't see you coming down the hill, and they don't see you driving otherwise. So you can see all 4 red lights parked here. So now we wait. If I was more active on GTA World, so I'm not saying I'm inactive or anything, but if I was more active and had more time to play and get my ABAS score up, which is your average hours per day, mine's at like 0.68, 0.7, something like that. You're only required 0.2 as a PO2 and not being in a division. But if I had the time, I'd definitely join the traffic division, I think, because definitely enjoy doing that kind of stuff. One thing I actually wanted to touch base on is why don't I do live streams and live let's plays that I used to do on Red County? And the reason is because there's so much I don't know what the word is, but there's a lot more stuff that can happen. So like I don't really want you guys seeing the MDC and stuff like that. So like there's certain things I can and can't show you. So with the live stream of a let's play, if things don't go 100% 2T, I can't necessarily upload that let's play to YouTube. I can only stream it, and that would be it. After that, no one will be able to see it again. Jesus Christ almighty. That guy's gonna be long gone. I don't even know what kind of car it was. Our car ain't fast enough to catch it. Shit. Anyway. I mean, you can catch some things sitting at an intersection, but there's certain things like that car you ain't gonna catch, just gonna be honest with you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That guy just came around the corner too fast and went onto the wrong side of the road. We're going to call this in. Gonna search up on the MDC. Oops, I missed a period. Alright. Alright, just so they know that we're doing stuff, it's always good to slash me in the MDC anyway for roleplay purposes, but we're going to check this vehicle out. I'm pretty sure it's owned by a trucker anyway. It was a fairly minor offense, but like I said, you always just want to be careful of that. So you always want to call out all the important information before you engage with the person in case they take off or anything like that. Always very, very, very important to do. One of the first things they teach you when you first start patrolling here. She doesn't really have anything really for previous offenses besides the illegal parking ticket, and I'm sure she just took the corner a bit too wide by accident, but anyway. I hope you guys are enjoying these Let's Plays and how much more in-depth this is than Wright County and stuff like that. It's probably a lot of fun to watch. Obviously, I do some stuff that you guys can't see, like on the NBC and whatnot, but I really do hope you guys are enjoying these videos because it is a completely different experience, and I've talked to a few people from Wright County that have wanted to make the switch, so definitely come over. They're always accepting, or not always accepting, but they usually put out one batch every month. Usually a lot of people that go through it and try, and usually only about 15-25% make it through. So hopefully, if you are from Wright County and I know you, hopefully you're one of those ones that make it. And if you're not, and if I don't know you, good luck anyway. Hope you make it. It is definitely a ton of fun. Yeah, so this woman, it was such a minor offense, I was just double checking and gonna warn her to make sure just to slow down a little bit more before the corner before she takes off anywhere else. So she owns a Victor taxi, one of the only people I've seen to own one so far. Oops, I almost misclicked and suspended her license. That would have been embarrassing. There we go. No, as I said, she doesn't really have anything against her. So she's going to be good to go with the verbal. That'll be that. Yeah, the last traffic stop I was at, they did let him off the warning because his registration was expired, but he was able to pay it on site and get that renewed, so that was good. Alright, we're going to roll back to the cruiser, call us clear, and head back on patrol. Yeah, that original blue car for the reason why I was coming down this way. I don't, like I said, I don't know what the hell it was. He was going so goddamn fast I couldn't see shit. I'm gonna roll into Davis and Strawberry area here. which is always the cream of the crop for gang violence, but usually not this time of the day. Usually it's later into the day and evening my time that you really do have to watch for the gang violence and whatnot is when things like to pick up. Not very many people online right now, so you probably won't have too much action in here, but sometimes it's always good to go in and check it out. Jamestown Street's usually busy, which is the one I'm on. Then there's a couple others that are very active. Grove Street's always active, of course. Dutch London Street's usually pretty active, so those are definitely some high crime areas for sure. There's good old Grove Street. They did a really good job with Grove Street in this game. I love it. Alrighty. Just kind of cruising around right now, seeing what's going on. I know I'm an MRS unit, but I might go check out Vespucci too, because there's not very many cops on duty at all. Like I said, there's probably only about 6 or 7 of us, which, like I said, it's kind of ironic when you look at that compared to like some of the GTA San Andreas servers where you need like 20 cops per 100 people online, and on this one you don't, because the RP quality is just that much higher. Like, I was not going to stop if I wasn't there. Oh my god, a purple taxi, holy. I know a lot of them are trying to change out their Stanier taxis for the Crown Vic ones, but we'll see how that goes, because that's going to cost a lot of money for some of the taxi companies. There is surprisingly a decent amount of vehicle traffic around for only having 230 or so players online. I love that old rusty car, that's great. We're gonna back in here and head back down towards Vespucci just to see what's going on. Vespucci is one of those areas. Oh, I guess it's a bike lane, isn't it? Shit. Vespucci is one of those areas where it's 50-50 on if there's going to be crime or not going on down there. It is starting to get pretty bad, though. A couple of gangs, to my knowledge, have formed and whatnot, so just based on the few times I've been down here, you can certainly see that starting to come in. I like green lights because you can just keep on driving. See what's going on down here, if anything. Not really, she's pretty quiet. Taxi picking someone up. He's scared to do a U-turn when he see me there. That's funny. Definitely, if you get lucky, you can definitely make some money running taxis, but you gotta rely on tips a lot if you want to make a good buck or two off of it. That's alright. Got detective on now, so that's good in case there's a shooting or something. Alright guys, I'm going to end the Let's Play there. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know it's probably a little short. I'm still going to play here probably another 20 minutes or so before I get off. But I do have some things I need to do today, so unfortunately, going to have to end the Let's Play here. I know it was a quiet patrol, but not all of them are going to be exciting. Just keep that in mind, because not every patrol is always go, 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 go. Sometimes there are relaxing ones, and this is one of those. So, see you guys next time, and thank you so much for watching.